Hey guys, here with another video. This is kind of just like a rant video of like kind of like stuff I've been thinking about getting. I just want to get it out there. It helps my brain free up, some memory, the CPU, you know. There's Ash in the background laying on the bed. Basically, I just want to talk about like free will, materialism, consumerism, just like the illusions, facades that we live. My normal stuff. I'm just repeating it. I'm beating a dead horse. But I feel like now's the time to repeat it because people are just so lost. People are lost. I don't even know how to save people. But I talk about this all the time. You tell me what it is. Do you have freedom of choice or do you have free will? Because people like to believe they have free will. But to be honest, you can't believe in free will and believe in God. I know that sounds weird, but God already says, your life is, pre-planned, it's predestined. So if it's predestined, that means it's already done. So that means you have freedom of choice, not free will, because that means, they always say like, there's duplicate yous out there. Like science believes there's like different dimensions there's different yous. That's not real. I like how I said it like I'm a scientist, but it's not, because it's not that there is more yous. It's not that they're in a different dimension. It's that there's yous waiting for you, and I think they've found that line and they've said it's different dimensions, but they're not completed yet. They're waiting for you to get there. So, for example, you wake up every day. You have a choice. Are you going to go to work or are you going to sit inside? Like, you have multiple choices every day you're given, but it's not many. It's not many. You go to work, skip work, relax or work out or something. Okay, and then what are your choices for the rest of the day? That's it. You know what? You don't really, that's all you have, freedom of choice. All your actions are already predefined for you. What are you doing for the weekend? I don't know. I'm gonna do this, this, and this. You already narrowed it down for yourself. Think about that. You already gave yourself the choices. That means there is no free will. Sorry. The thoughts already came into your mind of what you're gonna do, so there's no free will. Which is not. That's the thing, though, is that like everything I'm gonna say in this video, and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna say this now, and I'm gonna say it later and again, is that you can take it as negative, and I'm trying to flip this whole negative persona, like about like me, for example, like it's everything is positive. You're taking it as negative. Because if you have freedom of choice, that means that the choices you make are going to reflect in your life, and then you should be proud of where you are because of the choices you've made. That's simple as that. But people go like, oh, like that's so negative, like that means you can only do this. And it's like, well, that's kind of good that God or whatever you want to believe allowed you to not mess up too much. At least he's not saying, hey, what do you want to do, wake up and do drugs all day and then go be homeless and then do this? Like he didn't allow you to do those thoughts. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's obviously people who have those thoughts, but there was a path before they even got there. So you chose those paths. It's not him, her. But anyway, go back to my rant. But let's talk about that. How people view me. I've had people view me negatively. I feel like all my life, just like the way I talk to people and the way I say my viewpoint. And it's because I don't like when people just ignore their facade. I hate when people talk to you and they know their decision, but they ask you anyway. Why are you asking me for a decision you already made in your head and it's low-key the wrong one? I'm not doing that. I don't have time to do that. I'm sorry. It may sound rude that I don't want to play this game with you, but no, I don't have time. Like, if you want to go and mess up your own life, that's cool. That's absolutely cool. I will even help you. I'll say, yeah, definitely do that. And don't be mad at me. I didn't tell you to do it. You did it. But yeah, I'm tired of this illusion that everybody lives in, and I feel like I'm the reminder. I mean, I see some other people. I follow a lot of like Twitter accounts, and they're definitely reminders too, but I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say something conceited here. I think they're all pushing narratives, trying to make money. I'm not in it for money. I'm not in it for, this is my true passion. I want to wake everybody up. There are a lot of these accounts, they're in it for money. I mean, they have Patreons, they have donate. Listen, I don't care. The knowledge is free because you already know it. Why would I charge you for something you should already know? I'm trying to just help you remember the truth, wake you up. And what I'm saying that is that people, they believe in the system right now, right? So we have the system that's completely corrupt, right? But get this, people don't want to detach from it because it is their identity. And as we're going to get into that, nobody wants to be them at the end of the day. Me, I'm me to a core. I love me, and I love that I cannot be owned. I can't be controlled. People want to be owned and controlled. Deep down, they do. That's why I can't really do relationships because when a girl wants to own me, they want to have me. I can't. There's none of that. There's none of that. I am me. I like being free. I don't even know what I'm going to do. But people want that. They want the ability to be a part of something bigger than them. I don't want to be a part of anything bigger than me. And I'll break that down. Like, they want to be a part of something bigger than them because it brings them, there's a potential notoriety to gain for something bigger than them. When you view it as something bigger than you, that's when I think it gets mixed up, and that's when I think it gets preyed upon. For example, like the whole voting thing now. People, it's cool to say F Trump, right? And it's cool to say let's vote Biden, right? And what do you get from that? You get interactions, notoriety, just from saying something that simple. Do you necessarily have to believe it? No. But if you can just hop on that bandwagon, you can get some cool points for you. That's it. Hey, say go vote, cool points. Cool points. That's all everybody wants. It's just some notoriety, society points. Level up in society, get some money. That's all everyone's after, and it's like really sad to see like that's where society is at this time. Is that it's just materialistic consumerism and fake being a part of something. And if your opinion, like for example, if you say go vote, and if I say, hey, I'm voting for Trump, why are you telling everybody to go vote, but you don't want somebody to vote for Trump? That doesn't even make any sense. So basically, go vote means vote for Biden. Doesn't mean vote for Trump. You know what I mean? It's. You know why? Because, go back to the popularity thing. Everything's like a popularity contest. Nobody wants to be themselves. With the same thing with the capitalism, consumerism. I've seen tweets like, hey, don't worry. I used to be down bad. I used to be depressed, suicidal, but now I'm making money and I have items and I have like a place now. And it's like, cool. I don't want any of those things. And then, what's crazy is I'm looked at as the crazy guy because I don't want anything that this world has to offer me. I don't want it. There's literally nothing this world can offer me that I would be like, thank you. Maybe some fruit. Fruit is probably the best thing this world has to offer me. But what is it? Materials. They go bad. This bed's going to go bad, this computer's going to go bad, this lamp's going to go bad, and you have to replace it. So when it's a never ending, but I'm better now because I can afford things. I am happier now. It means you first of all, that means you weren't depressed. This whole depression, a lot of this depression anxiety is not really depression anxiety. It's because you want to fit into something that you don't know how to fit into. That's a bar, man. Let me explain that. Like, people are trying to fit themselves into a piece that doesn't fit. You're a circle and you're trying to fit into a square. It doesn't fit unless it's a big enough square where it can go in. But then even then, all that space around you, you're like, wait, what the hell? I don't fit in. Like, I feel like I don't fit in here. And that's what's happening today in our society, is that people don't fit in. They are trying to, and they're anxious because they're like, why don't people get me? What do I got to do to be understood? Well, you're not going to be understood in a society where people's brains are literally rotted to believe that materialism and consumerism makes you important. There's people who are tweeting. Think about the tweet. I am posting on Facebook like, I am not depressed anymore because I have material objects. Really think about that. That means your whole worth on your individual and who you are is just on items. If I ever raise a kid and I tell him you are only worth the car you have, what does that say to that person? I see how passionate I am. It's because that's where we're at in a society. Like, people just want to be famous and make money and be a part of the system and have a voice. Nobody cares about your voice. I'm sorry. If you're not really with this movement that I'm talking about, you're in my way. And people go, well, what are you doing? It's like, how can I do something when I'm one on 100 billion people? How can I make any change in today's society? It's different. We're not in the 1960s no more, where MLK and Malcolm X can go out in the streets and do all that stuff. I can't do nothing. We have to do social media, and everybody, like, they're with social media now. If it's not the popular voice, like I said, it's not getting any traction. It's going to get shut down. You get filtered. I talk about being filtered so much, and I think people think I'm joking, but how is it that I've been subscribed to some people on YouTube, and when they put out new videos, I don't see the video, but I'm subscribed to them. You know why? It's because the narrative that person's pushing, YouTube doesn't want you to see. When I tweet, oh, you don't see my YouTube videos? Oh, it's because the narrative I'm pushing, people don't want to see. People don't understand how really narrowed your RSS feed really is. People really need to start learning what that really, it's altering your reality by what you're seeing. You think it's a coincidence Jack changed how Twitter works and who you see and when you see it? There's a certain time period of when you can see those tweets. It's not a coincidence. But anyway, it's just, I feel like I'm a reminder. I'm a reminder to people who live in these false realities. Like, I'm not charging any money for this. I see people Patreon fake. You're not listen, if you're charging money for any information, any reminder, real energy, emotional, you're not real. You're not real. Sorry. You're doing it for notoriety. You're doing it for something else, some other gain. You're pushing the wrong message. I know this video seems like a lot of ranting, but I'm just trying to maybe wake up some people, maybe, inspire some people. That's all I'm trying to do. It's just a shame that I'm speaking fast, man. I just realized I'm already at 12 minutes. I've been just going off the top of the phone. It's just it's just a shame. Like, people, like I said, like, people don't like the way I speak, and it's like, well, sorry, I don't like the way you're viewing reality, and everybody can view reality anyway, but when you're actually viewing it the wrong way, I'm gonna have to have a problem with you. And people don't like that, how I talk, and that's on them. It's just like, but like I said, how am I supposed to do anything? Like, they're gonna point fingers at me. Well, what change are you making? Well, all I can do is make these YouTube videos and hopefully change people's minds as I keep going, and maybe wake up people and then make a movement on that. But I don't see any hope for society, because that's why all the villains in DC and Marvel movies, and just any movies in general, they want to destroy everybody. They want to kill all the humans. It's because their minds are rotten. They're gone, which is what I'm talking about right now. Their minds are materialistic, being popular, making money. That's it. And they're like, listen, there's no way I can fix this society unless we have to start afresh. People really believe that people are just naturally born greedy. Jesus, there's no hope. There's no hope for people. It's a shame. Like, even my mind's wrapped to a point. I'm not saying that you can't be whatever you want to be in this life, but you can't. And that sounds negative. Like I said I'm going to say in the beginning, I'm saying it at the end. You can't be anything you want to be, because it's not really in you. If it's not really in you, you can't do it. For example, I would like to be an author. I would love to be an author. But what do I really want to? But it's not in me. If I really wanted to be an author, I keep talking about it for the past year, I would be writing and brainstorming all the time. I brainstorm, but do I write? No. You know why? Because it's not really in me. But you know why I want to do it? Because it can make money. I can make a movie deal. I can get some notoriety. That's literally it. That's the only reason I want to do it. So why do you want to do the things you want to do? Really think about, what are your real goals? Why? Why do you want to do certain things? It's just a shame, that I have to, fight. It's like I'm fighting a losing battle. I know I'm a doomed man. What's his name said, revolutionaries are doomed men, because they know there's no way I'm waking up anybody. There's nobody who watches my videos and goes, he made some good points. Maybe I might start to view things like that. No, you won't. You know why? That part of you is already gone. I was just watching somebody who said your personality is pretty much locked at 15, 20. You're done. Your brain's done. That's why I said focus on the kids. That's why these kids are getting propaganda out of their mind. I see people getting mad that people don't tweet about propaganda. I'm just letting you guys know. This is probably my last point. Probably all the stuff you see on a screen is fake. I mean, literally fake. It's not real. And you can't explain that to people because they need it to be real, because it needs for them to have an identity, for them to have a voice. They need the screen to be real. The screen is nothing but the movies. Is the movie theater real? No. Is the half of the news, but I'll end it there. That's just unfortunate that I'm so emotionally invested in people, and they're not emotionally invested in themselves, and they don't even care to wake up. It's just like it's like a rough life to live, like knowing like I am so isolated because it feels as like I will never fit into what people want. And then what's even harder is watching these people try to fit in to something they're not to. So it's like, oh man, I don't even want to talk to you. I don't even want to. It's just like rubs me the wrong way. Just sad thinking about it. But I'm gonna end there. This video is 15 minutes. I hope you got something out of the video. If not, that's on you.